This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good afternoon, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for August 27, 2023. And in the news this afternoon, 19-year-old motorcyclist dies in St. Anne crash. A 19-year-old is dead after his motorcycle collided with a Toyota Tundra motor truck in Runaway Bay, St. Anne on Saturday night. The deceased is Anthony Dawkins of Salem Runaway Bay in the parish. Reports from the lawmen are that around 7:30 p.m., Dawkins was riding his motorcycle along the roadway when he lost control and collided into the Tundra motor truck. The police and the brigade were called to the scene, and Dawkins was taken to hospital, where he later died. A friend of Dawkins told the news that he had hopes of becoming an entrepreneur. Always hear me say one day I'ma have him own business. I'ma go work my car wash and do him thing. Think him did even start put some money towards it. It is just sad that he never got to do it, he said. He said that Dawkins enjoyed making others happy. Whenever he's around you, you will laugh, trust me. He's a youth that just know how to get along with people. Right now, all of his family and friends are hurt right now. Just have to just say rest in peace, you know, he said. According to the Road Safety Unit, since the start of the year, motorcyclists account for 33% of fatalities on the nation's roads. Man arrested while driving vehicle with mismatched plates. A Clarendon man has been taken into custody after the police intercepted a vehicle bearing different plates on the front and the rear. It is reported that about 2 a.m. on Saturday, police personnel stopped the driver of a Toyota Wish motorcar along the Four Paths main road in Clarendon. The driver complied and the checks revealed that the registration plates did not match. Further checks resulted in the seizure of a magazine loaded with 25 9mm rounds, 2 7.62 rounds used in AK-47 rifles, and one spent 5.56 casing used in M16 rifles. The car, as well as an undisclosed amount of cash, was also seized. The man, who has reportedly been on the police's radar, was arrested on suspicion of unauthorized possession of ammunition. It is reported that the vehicle is owned by a man from Portmore, St. Catherine, and was rented in Kingston. 75-year-old man dies after being hit from bicycle on North Coast Highway. An elderly man succumbed to his injuries a day after being hit by a motor car while riding his bicycle along a section of the Northern Coastal Highway, which passes through his Trelawney community last week. The deceased has been identified as 75-year-old Lloyd Samuels, alias Lucky, who was of a Scarlett Hall, Trelawney address. Reports are that on Tuesday, August 22, at about 8 p.m., Samuels was riding his bicycle on the roadway when he was hit by a motor car. He was rushed to a hospital, where he died the following day while undergoing treatment. Samuels was hit close to where Kirk Donor, another member of the community, was mowed down by a vehicle just over a week before. Donor was hit by a blue Subaru Impreza motor car, which was traveling in an easterly direction along the highway in Scarlett Hall. Still no end to probe into CXC mathematics paper leak in Jamaica. The Caribbean Examinations Council has advised that investigations are still ongoing into the leaked CXC Mathematics Paper 2 examination in Jamaica in May of this year. The investigation continues within territory, and we are working with the police to close that matter, said Director of Operations for CXC, Dr. Nicole Manning, at a press conference when the May-June regional examination results were released on Thursday. The leaked mathematics examination paper occurred on May 17 at an exam center in Jamaica, which to date has not been made public. It added a few gray hairs to my head, and I'm sure quite a few to the registrars also, disclosed the Manning in referencing the incident. The situation of the mathematics paper breach resulted in the grading taking a modified approach, which included the use of the school-based assessments and the paper 1 scores. For the CXC mathematics exam, there was an overall improvement in performance at 43%, up from 37% last year and 41% the year before. The number of grade 1s was up slightly, moving from 6% last year to 8%. There was also a 2% increase in the number of grade 2s and grade 3s for the subject to reach 14% and 21% respectively when compared with the results for 2022. On June 14, 2023, a fireproof cabinet containing exam papers at St. James High School in Montego Bay was stolen by burglars along with a safe containing canteen records. While not identifying the school, Manning said on Thursday that the students who were affected by theft of their papers sat an alternative exam on July 7. Those exams were conducted electronically, she stated. Manning provided no update on whether the probe into the theft of those exam scripts were completed. Accused on gun charge complains of jail conditions. A man who is charged with breaches of the Firearms Act is contending that the conditions under which he is being held in police custody are not acceptable. The accused, Karen Coleman, aired his grouses in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Friday, during which he claimed that he had developed bumps all over his body from the poor conditions of the jail where he is being held while on remand. Coleman, who had no legal representation in court, also complained about the poor quality of his diet since he has been in police custody. The presiding judge noted Coleman's concerns on his case file, then transferred the case to the Gun Court Division of the Home Circuit Court in downtown Kingston, where the case will next be mentioned on September 29. Coleman, who is charged with possession of a prohibited weapon and unauthorized possession of ammunition, was remanded until that time. Police reported that on July 29 of this year, Coleman was apprehended during an operation after he alighted from a vehicle that was traveling along the Bamboo Ridge Main Road in Barton's St. Catherine. He was searched and a Glock 19 pistol with a magazine containing 3 rounds of 9mm cartridge was allegedly taken from his waistband. Coleman was arrested and later charged. Suspect held after man found dead in St. Catherine. One man has been taken into custody following the discovery of the body of another in Lauriston, Spanish Town, St. Catherine on Sunday morning. The dead man, who has so far only been identified as Eva, was found along Creation Drive in Lauriston. He and the suspect lived in the same yard, the police said. Information reaching the news indicated that around 10 p.m. Saturday, residents heard both the now deceased and the suspect arguing. Around 6:40 on Sunday morning, residents stumbled upon Eva's body and summoned the police. Police visited the area and found the now deceased lying on his back, clad in a white shirt, blue pants, and burgundy water boots, with what appeared to be stab wounds to his upper body. The suspect, the police said, is in hospital being treated for chop wounds. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.